I have with me here Adrian Thompson from the Given Bowling Club. Adrian, you're very welcome.
Thanks very much, Chris.
Adrian, probably the envy of a lot of clubs in relation to your numbers. You had sort of a couple of years ago 21 members. Yeah. You're now up to 41. Mm-hmm. How did you do that?
Well, Chris, I suppose it's a multitude of things that we carried out. And the first thing we looked at was our existing members. We actually looked at those and asked them, have they any friends that they can bring along? So that was relatively successful. We got a few members from that. What I would say as well, looking at social media is something that we should use more as a club. We're starting to get used to it, but clubs should use it more. What it does, it ensures the local community can follow the club and get sort of a flavour of what the club actually does. So if they are interested, they'll be less apprehensive in respect of, they know what the club does, they have an idea anyway, rather than coming in through a gate and being totally unprepared. I think that's fundamental. That's an important part. What we've done as well, we have looked at a lot of open days. We've done a lot of open days between 2023 and 2024. We had 4 open days, and we had over 40 individuals come over those days, and we had roughly about 50% of them stayed. So to us that was definitely good, and it was something that we planned for. We knew we had to actually increase the numbers because obviously we were in a situation in 2022, unfortunately, whereby we had to play a league game with only 12 members. So that sort of was a catalyst. Really, we needed to improve. We needed to get players, and the open days have really achieved that. And what we're looking to do now is obviously build on our success. We've always had one team, and now we have 2 teams, and we're looking to actually progress, potentially to a 3rd team or indeed a ladies team. So we're looking to progress and looking to develop further in that aspect.
I'm going to just ask you that, because obviously open days are a new initiative for sort of all the clubs within the Irish Bowls Federation. You've run 4. Very quickly, step by step, how do you run your open day from advertising to somebody arriving in the green for the day to them leaving? Just the sort of 3 or 4 key messages there, just for each club that they could learn from.
Absolutely. Well, I think that the first and foremost is advertising.
Yep.
We already mentioned social media, important, but you'll have a lot of people that don't actually do social media. So what we do as well is we get the local newspaper and put an advert in the paper, and that gets a clientele that obviously doesn't have social media. And we also advertise in the church bulletins, all the church bulletins. So, we do get people there. And I think it's just about putting your name out there. If people don't know, there's open days, they're not going to come. So getting it out there, getting everybody on board, getting all the club members on board, getting people there to actually help with it is important. You just can't do it yourself. You need people there. So obviously advertising on the day, get people in. It depends on their actual experience, shall we say. Experienced bowlers who maybe haven't tried outdoor but have tried indoor, and new people who haven't actually played before. You'll separate them out. Have people there. You want to make it fun. You want to make it interactive. You don't want to sort of bamboozle them with rules at the very start. You want to get them interested. I think that's important. The social aspect as well. Having a cup of tea, whenever you finish or halfway through. And it is about as well, following up on the leads. People will come in, we take their name, we take their telephone number, and following up, I think people, if they come in, and they come in interested, but, if you have to follow up, say, you phone them up and say, look, how, are you interested in?
Trying to find out if they are interested, they've come down, obviously had initial interest, and we want to try and not leave it to them to come back. Do a wee bit of encouragement, let them know we're maybe going to run some taster sessions for them, somebody else coming down. So just trying to get them back to the club in relatively quick space of time.
Absolutely. The longer you leave, the less chance they are coming back. So, it is about striking while the iron's hot and working every opportunity, in that respect. So the open days were very successful for us in that respect. So, and as I say, we're looking to run the IBF one this year, and hopefully we'll get more players from that as well.
That's a good few tips. I know you've done a few other things with the club there. Just want to cover some of those as well then?
No problem, Chris. What we've also done is we've very recently just produced an A5 flyer. So that's on our Facebook page, and what it does, it basically sets down, about I suppose it's more telling people what they can get out of bowls as opposed to what bowls is, shall we say. So it's about building self-confidence, improving your physical and mental health and things like that. There, it's selling them the benefits of it. So we have that. We've also got that in print. So what we're going to do is we're going to distribute that to our local, the local area to try and encourage more locals to actually join as well in that respect. What we've also done, or what we're also going to do, is we've recently purchased equipment from Bowls Buddies, and we're looking to actually contact local schools to actually get them involved, get the young involved, get them down and get them interested. People have a perception about bowls as being an old person's game, but it's not. Within our association, we have got lots of young players, and I'm sure other associations you'll see them. So it's about changing the people's views, shall we say, of bowls, and it's having access for all, regardless of age, and encouraging them to come, and that I think is the lifeblood of any club, getting new members in that respect. What we've also done as well, in respect of local indoor bowling clubs, we've got a short mat league locally, and what we do, or what we've done is we've sent out letters to all those clubs, but that was last year, to actually say, we're here, we're available, and we have got some new members from that. These people in the indoor bowling clubs, they're already attuned to bowls, they already like bowls because they play it. So, give them an opportunity to try the outdoor bowls. So I would encourage all clubs to actually look, to their to their indoor short mat or even indoor stadium, to actually encourage those people to actually come and try.
You mentioned a couple of things there, and I think it's something that generally bowling clubs are bad at, is promoting our own club.
Yes.
And also promoting the benefits of the game. Because people think there's a lot more to it than just coming in and rolling bowls, or as you said, there's sort of physical side, but there's certainly the mental health, aspect of it as well, which is really good to get people out in relation to that. You're obviously one of the main drivers within your club, but I'm sure it's not something you're able to do on your own. So I take it it's important you obviously have the backing of the club and the backing of the other members within your club.
Absolutely, Chris. The best will in the world, people will have things that they, that want to drive the club forward. People want to drive the club forward, but you do need help. We've got a good management committee on board, and in respect of them, that they're brilliant help. We have regular meetings where we see where we're going, and it's just really a matter of continuing on that theme, looking for them to help other club members as well get involved, and I think that's important. I think it's important for a number of things, but mainly, if you're involved in the club members, they feel valued as well, the existing club members, getting them involved, and I think that's very important too.
It's a good point, and probably one of the final points to make is obviously to have a synthetic green, so weather permitting,
yes.
Which isn't always the case. You're obviously able to use that facility then all year round, which certainly help with the proposed schools programme, because they're closed a couple of months in the year whenever a lot of the outdoor clubs are going strong. Yeah. So that should be something of an advantage to you as well, to try and encourage people in.
Absolutely. The timing, as you say, you can basically play all year round. Probably need a coat maybe in the winter or whatever, but by and large, we're very fortunate. We run a Saturday morning league, or Saturday morning competition between September and December, and it's been relatively successful. People from other clubs coming and trying it out and really enjoying it.
It obviously has its advantages in that, and maybe disadvantages in, because a lot of the other clubs are playing grass, and it's a new thing for them.
Yeah.
But that's good. Listen, Ian, thank you very much. Some very good insights there into how a club can progress. I believe the fact that you now have up to 41 members, you're able to introduce a junior team, who had quite a lot of success last year. So you now have 2 teams playing out of the given. So the envy of a lot of clubs, I would say, in relation to how you've done with your membership, and long may it continue.
Thanks very much, Chris.